Hi guys. Oh, how you going? How is everybody today? Let's start a whip and chat, shall we? Okay. Well, hi. How you going? Okay. I swear every time I get on here I get nervous and I get confused and my mind goes blank. Okay, just a bit of a whip and chat. Grab your drinks, grab your work in progress. Let's whip and chit chat. So, what's everybody up to? I need that colour. Let me do this one first. Okay, as you can see, I'm slowly getting through this painting, which is really good. I'm still on Curl Up with a Good Book by Randall Spangler from Diamond Art Club. Okay. I have nothing planned for this whip and chat. I'm just whipping and chatting. Just because I'm going on holiday tomorrow. I'm going on holiday, guys. I get to have a holiday. Me and my partner are going away. We're only going to Yeppoon, which is along the coast. Oh, I've got to fix that pen. Fill my pen. Which is along the coast sort of thing in Queensland, in Australia. So, you know, and when you live in the bush, that's very exciting. So you might get a video or two of us on the road, where we're staying. I'll share all that good stuff with you, the beach, the sunshine, all that sort of stuff. I've got a reservation for us booked on the actual beach with sea views. So yeah, a little bit exciting. I just hope it looks as good as it does in the pictures. You know how when you book in somewhere it's like, well, that photo could have been taken 20 years ago and it could be not looking anything like it is now. So hopefully it still looks as good as it does in the pictures. We'll soon find out. So go to Emerald tomorrow, spend tomorrow night in Emerald, and then on to Yeppoon for about 3 nights. Coming back to Emerald on Saturday, and then coming home on Sunday. Do a bit of shopping, go to the movies, have some dinner out, down on the beach with some fish and chips. Yum. Nothing better. Nothing better. Just chilling out, me and my partner. Barry's really looking forward to it. So, yeah, he hasn't had a holiday for a few years. Like, he's been working away here and there, but not holiday, like, yeah, so looking forward to that. So that'll be good. So I thought I'd give you a whip and chat before we go, because I won't do one until next week now. I put up a bit of an instructional video earlier, just a little one, just a how-to, basic diamond painting how-to. I want to do a couple more just to elaborate on different things with diamond painting, just for newbies, because there's so many new people that are starting this craft. It's awesome. And if you're one of those people that are starting the craft, and you know, welcome. I hope you enjoy what we all do. And for those that have ordered diamond paintings that have not come in yet, and you haven't actually seen a diamond painting yet, but you've ordered them, when they show up, don't get too overwhelmed with how small the diamonds are. Everybody seems to think, yep, righto, ordered a diamond paint. I even did it. I thought, yep, righto, those diamonds are little. I can do this though. And then they showed up and I'm like, oh my God, what do I get myself into? Those diamonds are so tiny. How am I going to see this? But you get used to it. It's a little bit daunting to start with, but it's fun. It's fun. Just have some fun with it. It's not a job. Just chill, have some fun. Yeah. So, been running around all morning. I was a bit stressed out in my video earlier actually because I wanted to get that done and I haven't even packed to go away tomorrow. Like I said to my partner, you know, I've got to do washing, I've got to pack a bag for us. He said, what for? And I'm like, so we can go away, so we've got clothes to go away. And he's like, no, just one set of clothes. We'll just buy clothes while we're away. And I'm like, okay, right. And if we can't, looks like I'm doing washing every day. We'll be able to buy clothes though. We're bigger people, so it's not as easy to buy clothes. Like we find it a little bit harder to walk into shops and just go, oh yeah, this'll do, that'll do, you know. We sort of, and the bigger size clothing always goes first, you know. It's always really popular. But that's alright. We'll find something. I'll still do washing before we leave and do all of that, just in case we can't find anything. And I've just dropped a drill, there it is. So yeah. Oh, my cat brought in a bloody bird the other day into the craft room here. Yeah, brought in a bird, had it under the desk behind me, and I'm like, I'm sitting here, and I'm like, what's that noise? And I don't know how long she'd been there for, because I had my headphones in, and I'm like, what's that noise? I took my headphones out, I turned around, here she is, under the desk, with this flippin' bird, and where I've got my desk, I can't get under it, like it's pulled out from the wall, but I've got other stuff blocking the way behind the desk, if you know what I mean. Mate, this room's a mess. I really got to organise it. But, so, had to chase her out. I thought, right, I've got to get that bird. Swept the bird out, no joke, all that's left is the tips of the wings and feathers. That was it. I don't know how long she'd been under there eating this bloody bird, but that's all that was left, no joke. That was it. Nothing else left of this bird, poor thing. And then she didn't eat dinner that night. No wonder, no wonder. Ah, there goes half a tray of diamonds. Good one. I'll probably need them too. That's okay, I'm not picking them up off the floor. I'll have enough. How many of us have spills when we're doing this craft? Like, seriously? That's something I want to look for when I go away too, is craft shops. I love craft shops. I love craft shops. I'm seriously going to have to look. Craft shops and bookshops, because I love reading as well. Two shops you don't ever want to just sort of go, yeah, you can walk in there and go and have a look, because you won't see me again for hours. Seriously, I can walk around in a craft store or a bookstore for hours. My friends know this, my partner knows this, and if they see one, they will direct me away from it before I see it. They're like, oh no, let's walk over here. And I'm like, why? Where's the craft shop? Where's the bookshop? Oh no, we don't have them here. I'm like, okay. So, but yeah, it's usually the first thing I look for when I go somewhere new. It was either a bookstore or a craft store. Clothes shopping, I hate clothes shopping. If I can't walk in and get clothes straight away and then walk back out, nah, not doing it. Don't want to do it. Not interested. And I don't like clothes shopping online either. Clothes shopping online, like if I was a smaller person, maybe. But when you're a bigger person, it is a hit and miss. You don't know whether you're going to get the right size. You don't know whether it's going to be too small, which is mostly the case. Like, you'll order something and I've done this before, like you think, oh right, I'll get a size bigger in case it is too small, and it comes and it's still too small. Even though you've ordered that extra size bigger, it is still too small. So I don't order online. If I can't walk into the store and get it straight away, then I just don't get it. I don't get it. Now do I want to? No, I'll do that over here too. So what's been happening? It's Australia Day here tomorrow. So yeah, we're travelling on Australia Day. If anybody's watching this tomorrow, happy Australia Day. That's from Australia, happy Australia Day. Hope you're staying cool and drinking lots, and I won't be drinking. I don't drink. So, Emerald's from here. Emerald's about 4.5 hours away. So we'll be in the car all morning, and then we'll just get some Macca's for lunch or something. Macca's will still be open even though it's a public holiday. So, you know, that'll be good. Get some Macca's. Sorry, McDonald's, for those everywhere else. We call it Macca's. Macca's. That's the Australian language for you. I sort of worry when I say things that people elsewhere in the world they're going to have trouble understanding me, because we tend to shorten a lot of words. We like afternoon. We don't say afternoon. We say arvo. I can't think of words that we shorten now. We shorten everything. You know, service station. We don't say service station. It's a servo. Go down to servo. Or the bottle shop, like a pub or something, like where you drive through to get your alcohol. We don't say bottle-o, we say, we don't say bottle shop, we say bottle-o. Go for a drive through the bottle-o. So, we've sort of got our own language, but we're still speaking English. And the way we say things, I think we say things a bit quicker than Americans and English and all of that as well. Well, I don't. My sort of speech is very lazy. God, I'm tired today. I'm just not thinking why I thought I'd do a whip and chat today is beyond me. If you hear creaking, it's my chair. It needs oiling. I had to ring around today, and because we're going away tomorrow, and I had to ring around and try and find someone that could change my dad's stoma bag, like his colostomy bag, while I'm away, because we were only originally going for a couple of nights. we were just going to go to Emerald, and we were going to spend 3 nights in Emerald, I think, and then come home, and that would have been fine. I would have changed it just before we left, and then when we got home I would have got straight in and changed Dad's stoma bag again. And if you don't know what a stoma bag is, it's where they cut the bowel and they pull part of your bowel through your tummy to the outside, and then you have a sticky bag that goes over the top that sticks to your skin, and that's where you poop into. So that's what my dad has because of his bowel cancer. So I change the bag every 2 to 3 days, like they recommend. And so yeah, so if you don't change it, like it's drainable, like it has a Velcro opening at the bottom, like it folds up, and then it Velcros shut so it doesn't leak. And then, you know, when it gets half full, he goes to the bathroom and empties it, and that's fine. And then every few days I've got to sit down and I've got to take all the sticky stuff off and change it, and then put a new one on, clean the skin. You've got adhesive removers, and then you've got like skin barrier wipes, and then you've got a ring that you've got to put on before you put the bag on, and you know, it's a bit of mucking around, but that's alright. So I needed to try and find someone to do that for me while we were away, and you'd think it'd be as easy as ringing the hospital, but no. I ring the hospital and they go, oh, how are you with like a home care plan? And I'm like, well, kind of, but they don't look after him in that sense. Like, we had Meals on Wheels set up for Dad, and Mum didn't want Meals on Wheels because she still cooks, but she's a lazy cook. Dad wanted something a bit more. Mum would live off tin food for the rest of her life if she could. Tin food and bacon and eggs. That's my mother. But Dad wanted like meat and veg and things like that. So we set him up with Meals on Wheels through what's called My Aged Care. And they delivered Meals on Wheels. And if I do a spaghetti bolognese or something, through the week I'll always do up extras and take them over to Mum and Dad, so they've got extras and they can just have that, and you know. But in the way of like nurses going in and looking after Dad, we don't really need them to, because I do it. And now that I'm going away, I rang the hospital, and I thought it'd be as easy as getting someone to just have him up the hospital, get someone to just change his bag, and he could go home. But no, they said, have you got someone like a in-home nurse? And I'm like, no. Oh, if you get hold of them. And I'm like, oh, do I have to? So anyway, I ring what's called My Aged Care. No, I rang HACK first, that's right, which is Health and Community Care. So I rang them, and they said, yeah, we can. And I said, it'll only be like 1 day where she's going to have to go in and change it, because I'll do it before and after I get home. And she went, yeah, she said, we can, but we need a referral from My Aged Care. And I'm like, yep, righto, well, I can ring them and get them to sort that out and send that through. I ring My Aged Care, and they're like, oh, well, can't the hospital do it? And I'm like, the hospital put me on to HACK, and HACK put me on to you. And they're like, oh, well, a referral takes about 2 weeks. And I'm like, for flippin' heck. But I've got the referral now. They pushed it all through for me, so that's all good to go. I've just got to go over early in the morning before we leave and show a nurse where everything is and what to do. And you know, she's a registered nurse, she's the head nurse that's coming in to check it all out, and just so she's comfortable and happy and she knows where everything is. And So she's coming in the morning before we go at 7 o'clock. Early start for me. Mate, I don't get out of bed until about 10 on the best of days. Like, I don't go to bed early. I'm usually up until about 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. You know, I don't sleep that well. Even when I do go to bed, then I'm like up playing on the phone or reading, or, you know, if I go to bed and I think, right, I'm just going to lie down and go to sleep, nah. I lie and I toss and I turn and I turn and I toss. So, you know. And then when I do fall asleep, it's just a case of I get up every few hours, and then when I get up in the morning, have a shower, and, you know, once you have a shower, you're just wide awake. But if I don't have a shower when I wake up in the morning, then you won't get me up before 10. It's, yeah, it's all sort of messed up. My head's sort of all over the place today. I don't know whether I'm still worried about going away tomorrow. I don't know. I just don't feel like I'm in a funny headspace. You know, like, yeah, like my head's all fuzzy. Maybe I'm just tired. I don't know. I thought I was fine until I was on the phone to a friend of mine before and she yawned, and then I just couldn't stop yawning. I'm like, well, thanks a lot. Look, pick that up. Throw this in a minute. Mate, I do not have the patience for you today. Get in there. So yeah, what else has happened? Nothing much else has happened. I went over to my friend's place last night. We played some cards. Played phase 10. I swear that bitch cheats. She beat us again. And it was funny because she's like winning, because like in phase 10 you get 10 rounds and you've got to get like certain cards and everything and put them down, and once you put those cards down you can move on to the next phase of the game, sort of thing. So she's beating me and her daughter. Like, her daughter's like 16. Oh, why am I doing that? And me and her daughter are passing cards to each other under the table to try and beat her. Like, we literally tried to cheat, and she still beat both of us. I'm not usually a cheater, but both me and her daughter were getting sick of her winning. And we're like, right, we're going to try this. So we're passing cards to each other under the table trying to beat her, and it still didn't work. The bitch still beat us. I was on the phone to my brother for about an hour last night. It was his birthday the other day. I sent him a message for his birthday, but then I didn't feel like ringing anybody, so I'll give him a call last night just to say happy birthday. And then it was my other brother's birthday yesterday as well. So I sent him a message and then tried to call him, and I'm not a phone person, to be honest. I don't like being on the phone. But when I'm on the phone with certain people, you know, you're like, I'll just make a quick phone call, and then you're on the phone for like my friend Judy. I'll think, right, I'll give her a 5-minute phone call. I haven't spoken to her in a couple of days. I'm one of those absentee friends. Like, you won't hear from me for like a week on end. And then when you do hear from me, you hear about all things. So, you know, I'll give her a call and I'll be like, right, just 10, 15-minute phone call at the best. And then 3 hours later, literally 3 hours later, I'm still on the phone to her, and we're just having a good old chat, like, and then, yeah. But I really am one of those absentee friends. I've got a friend of mine that lives away, and me and him Snapchat every day, but we don't talk every day. And then, you know, we'll catch up, or he'll come out, I'll go there, he'll come out, and, you know, it's like he hasn't even left, you know. There's just, yeah, friends like that are the best, where, you know, you're not obligated to keep in touch with them every day. You both know that you got your own lives, your own stuff you're dealing with. You know, you don't need to talk every day. So, and I'm not a chatty person. I'm flat out doing a whip and chat. Nothing exciting happens in my life. I sit in diamond paint and I help my mum and dad, and that's basically it. Like, with this channel, I'm still trying to find, like, my niche. Is that what you call it, a niche? Not my knees, I know where they are. My niche. Like, you know, I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do with the channel still, I guess. Like, I think it's Ruby Q, I want to say, Ruby Q Crafts. She does the true crime, so, you know, I don't want to do anything like that. That's her thing. Actually, I was listening to her the other day. I'm sure it's Ruby Q that does the true crime. And, you know, some of the stories she's got that she researches and looks up, they're really fascinating. Like, they're really interesting. And you just sort of think, how can anybody take someone else's life? Like, I know a few people I could do it to, I reckon. But, you know, like, there was one I was listening to, and she was talking about a lady that shot 3 of her kids. How can you do that? That I don't understand. You know, parents that murder their children, or, yeah, no. That's... Or your parents. I'd never be able to hurt one of my parents. Like, they gave you life. How can you hurt them? I don't understand that. But it happens. It happens. And then I was thinking, like, with my channel, I might do, like, questionnaires, like would you rathers. Remember that game? We used to play it in school, and it'd be would you rather, and you'd have 2 options, and if it came down to it, you know, you had to pick one. Which one would you pick? And I thought, you know, get some fun ones of them going, but they get really tiresome really fast. So if anybody's got any suggestions, I guess, because I want to try and keep my channel upbeat and happy and, you know, informative, but I don't want to, and I'm not a reviewing channel. Like, I'm not going to have a great deal of things come in where I unbox a lot. You know, I will have unboxings. Well, I have unboxings. They're mainly Diamond Art Club. If someone's got any suggestions, because I see a lot of these cheap places that are advertising now, but they've got a lot of stolen art. The amount of stolen artwork out there, and it's all the same, like JoJo's Art, Mandy Manzano, Hannah Lind, and there's one other one that's usually from Diamond Art Club. And you just see it everywhere. And it's like, well, I don't want to buy from you because you know, all this stolen artwork, I don't know what I'm buying. I don't know whether, you know, even if I didn't pick the stolen artwork, the ones that I know of, there's no guarantee the ones that I pick aren't also stolen. There's also another one that I've seen getting around too that was licensed to, I'm sure it was distracted by diamonds, and it's a pink panther cat. It's like in a pinkish purplish light, and it's got flowers with it, and it's like a side-on view of its face. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I would love to have it, but I'm not about stolen artwork. You know, I'm not gonna do that to the artists. Like, they deserve to be paid for their work. They don't even get recognised for their work when it's through these cheaper companies. So, you know, I don't want to... That's why I like Diamond Art Club so much as well, is, you know, Diamond Art Club, and there are other places as well, I just can't think of any off the top of my head, that support artists, and they have the registered licensed artwork available, and I will, yeah, like, yes, you've got to pay extra. Yes, they're not cheap, but, you know, I'd rather make sure that that artist is supported for their work than not. Like, artists aren't rolling in money. I know I'm not. I'm kind of an artist. I'm a graphite artist. Or used to be. I haven't done it since I found diamond painting. So yeah. But anyway, nothing else has really happened. I've got the car in for a service so we can go tomorrow without it breaking down. Touch wood, it won't happen. You're right, settle down. Shy! Sorry, dogs are barking because I knocked on wood. Shy! And there's Barry. Sorry, that was me. Doesn't take much to set the dogs off. Dogs are like, someone's at the door. No, it's just me. Sorry about everyone's ears then. So yes, what was I saying? Oh, I put the car in for service. Yeah. Well, not much happening. Hopefully, by the time I get back, next whip and chat, I'm hoping I'll be almost done. You'll get one more whip and chat out of me with this diamond painting. And then we're going to go on to something else. The next one will not be a Diamond Art Club. I'm going to go on to one of the other ones from AliExpress. So yeah, keep updated for that. Yeah. So, a bit of a flat whip and chat today, I think. I'm really, I don't know, just out of sorts. Not down or upset or anything, just out of sorts. Not as happy, cheery as I sort of usually am, or at least I hope I'm happy and cheery. Like I said, I think I'm just tired. Like, I didn't get home till, what was it, 12:30 last night from my friend's house. We were just sitting there playing cards, and then me and her daughter were on TikTok. Bloody TikTok, I tell ya. That app is addictive. Love TikTok. So we're sitting there and we're going backwards and forwards showing each other videos, and my friend, she hasn't got the TikTok app, so she's not up with all that sort of stuff. We just show her videos that we think are funny, and she'll have a look at them and have a laugh with us, but She hasn't got TikTok. I'm really hoping I'm not... No, I won't run out of... Do I haven't... Oh, no. Nope, this is the last of this colour. What else? What else? Nothing else has really happened. Nothing's happened. Oh, the bugs aren't as bad. I mentioned the bugs in my last whip and chat. The bugs aren't too bad now. They've settled down. Not so many stink beetles, thank God. None have tried to sleep with me again, which is good. I've just got the cat bringing in birds now. At least she doesn't like bring them in and half kill them and make them suffer. She kills them. I'd rather she didn't touch them at all, but as long as she's not bringing in snakes, I'm happy. I don't want snakes in my house. Pythons are fine. I had a, I don't know whether I've mentioned it or not. I had a budgie once, and we had him in the cage in the dining room, and where we had our dining room table, it was sort of pushed up against the wall near the windows, and because of our evaporative aircon on the roof, we've got to have our windows open all the time when the aircon's going. So of course the windows are open. There's no fly screens on the house because it's an older house and we're just renting. But so I had this budgie for a couple of months, say a couple of months, and the weather had started warming up. Yep, that was fine, you know, budgie was fine. And there was, poor budgie, there was one night, I'd just gotten up and I'd gone back to bed and I was just on the verge of sleep, and I hear this poor budgie just screaming for its life. Like, it was screaming bloody murder, and I flew out of bed and I raced out and I turned the light on. And I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? And I'm looking in the cage for the budgie because I had a branch in there because he was in a fairly big cage. And I'm looking for this budgie and I seen blue feathers down the bottom of his cage. I'm like, what are you doing down there, buddy? And he's sort of in amongst the leaves and branches and twigs and stuff. I'm like, what are you doing down there, buddy? And he wasn't talking or whistling or anything. And then I seen this snake. This python had come in and was eating my bird. It had killed my bird. And I'm like, you bastard. And I turned the cage around because it was still half in, half out of the cage. And I sung out to my partner. I'm like, Barry, we got a snake. And it wasn't a huge snake. It was probably 30 to 40 centimetres long. So it wasn't big enough to fit its mouth around a bloody budgie. And Barry came out and I was still half asleep. I'm like, that's a python, right? And he's like, yeah. So I just grab it. And he's like, no, don't just pull it out. Got to save the bird. I said, the bird's flipping dead. Give up on the bird. Get another one. Oh, don't get me wrong, I loved that little bird. I did. He was so cute. He was just starting, like, he was only young. And he was just starting to get his own little personality. You know, you'd sing to him and he'd bop away and bob his head. And, you know, he was starting to babble and he was on the verge of talking. And then the snake came and ate him. So, that bloody snake. So, yes. So then I didn't have a budgie after that. I think my partner took it harder than I did because he loved that little bird. But we've got another one now. We've got another budgie. The budgie I've got now, we've had him for a while now, and he's getting his own. Before we got the cat, I used to take him out all the time and I'd clip his wing on, I'd you know, I knew how to do it properly. I clipped it once, and then we got the cat, and I thought, no, I'm not taking you out again in case the cat gets in. But I used to take him into the bedroom and let him have a flap around and stretch his wings and run around the bed and play with him and all that. And so ever since we got the cat, every time I went to take him out, he shakes like he's absolutely terrified of being out the cage, and even if you let him go, he tries to get back in the cage. So I put my hand in and pat him, and you know, I take him out every now and then and hold him to my chest and talk to him, give him a scratch, but I make sure I've got him so he doesn't fly anywhere, and make sure the cat's not around when I take him out. But they seem like the cat will lie on his cage and she's not even worried about him, but the bird will get up under where she's lying and he'll nibble at her fur, and you know, he doesn't attack her, she doesn't try to get him. But it's a different thing when the bird's out of the cage. I'm sure the cat would try and eat it at some stage. But so now the budgie's not used to being handled so much, and he's got his own, this bloody budgie, he's got his own personality. You cannot go near this bird of a night time. You'll lose a finger. I swear to God, you will lose a finger if you try and touch him of a night time. During the day, he sort of nibbles on your finger and sort of, you know how well, he doesn't really hiss, but he has a go. But, you know, he doesn't latch on. He just sort of does the sort of thing. That thing. So, you know, but of a night time he has a decent go at you. Doesn't like being disturbed of a night time. Even when you're changing his water or feeding him or something like that of a night time, he's just like, nah, leave me alone. But because of the cat, now that we've got the cat and she meows a lot. Why do I have a bird that meows? I have a bird that meows. This bloody budgie meows. So I said to Mum, now that we're going away tomorrow, I said, don't forget you got the bird. I said, oh, and just remember, it meows. She went, what? I went, the bird meows. She went, what? I'm like, yeah, because the cat meows so much it's picked up on meowing, and now we've got a bird that meows. She went, right. I said, so if you're making a coffee or doing dinner overnight time, because she's going to have him in the kitchen on the windowsill sort of thing where he can see her all the time, because Mum spends a lot of time in the kitchen. I said, so if you hear her meowing, I said, you don't actually have a cat, it's the bird. And as I was leaving, I went, oh, and sometimes you'll let rip with a motherfucker. She's like, what? I said, yeah, the bird knows how to swear. I said, the bird says motherfucker. I said, so, you know, you've got a swearing, meowing budgie for while I'm awake. So, yeah, my animals aren't normal. My dog talks to my mother. Like, she gets there, and I swear if this dog could say actual words, it would be like a rebellious teenager. She'd just talk back constantly. You wouldn't be able to stop her. My mum loves it though. We go over to Mum's because she gives them biscuits all the time, and the dogs love going over there. Like, you say, let's go to Grandma's, and I holy googada. Like, those dogs just love going to Grandma's. And as soon, like, I went over there the other night, and I hadn't even walked into the lounge room, and both my dogs are standing there staring at Mum, then looking into the kitchen, and Halo's like, "Bow, row, 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 row," and she's talking away to Mum, and Mum's like, what do you want, darling? I said, she wants a freaking biscuit. And Mum went, oh, do you want a biscuit? She's like, woof. And Mum's like, okay, let's go get a Vicky. And she's like, oh, she's looking in the kitchen. I said, she's getting up you. She wants a biscuit. She wants it now. But her and Mum will stand there and have a good old conversation. She'll be doing a baying thing that she does, and Mum will be like, yeah, darling, okay, righto, is that what happened? You know, she's as silly as the dog is. I love my mother. But that's what I grew up with. But yeah. So she's got a dog that'll talk back and a bird that meows for a week and drops a motherfucker occasionally. Because at one stage I was teaching the bird to say tweet tweet motherfucker, not beep beep, tweet tweet. So that's where the bird, it didn't pick up the tweet tweet part, it just goes motherfucker. Oh God. I don't have normal animals. Not normal at all. When I was in a couple of years back in the high house, I had a pet possum. And like, the possums in Australia are different to the possums over in America. Like in America, they're opossums, I think they're called. The Australian ones are known to be very vicious. They have big claws and teeth. And they don't like to be messed with too much. And when we moved into this high house, I had this possum living in the roof, and my partner's like, gotta get rid of this possum. And I'm like, I don't want to get rid of the possum, just leave it alone. It's not doing any damage. We're only renting, not our house. And anyway, we mentioned it to the real estate, and they're like, oh, that's your problem. You're going to have to get rid of that possum. And I'm like, thanks. Thanks a lot. Appreciate that. And, because I thought they'd get someone in to relocate it. I didn't want it killed. But I come home after getting takeaway one night, and I'm walking up the footpath, and my partner's walked out onto the little patio area that we had, and he's like, is there a possum down there? And I'm looking around, and I'm like, no. He went, is there blood down there? I'm like, oh shit, what have you done? And he tried to shoot the possum. But he kind of missed, and he just nicked it. So we found the possum in the tree, and she had a bit of a gash on her neck / shoulder, and I could see she wasn't going to die from it. And I'm like, I am not going out to fucking try and catch this possum. And so I said to Barry, I said, right, I said, you know what this means? He's like, what? I said, that possum deserves to live here now. I said, you've just put it through hell. I said, and because you couldn't finish the job, I said, she lives here now. This is her house too. I said, and I'm going to start feeding her. Barry's like, oh shit. And I'm like, yep, well, you know, you're going to do something, do it properly. Because he knew I didn't want him to hurt her. But he didn't want the possum in the roof anymore. I'm like, well, you couldn't do the job properly. So she deserves to live here now. She earned her right to live here. And he's like, righto, fine. So we had this possum. We were in the house for about 3 years. And, you know, I got to a stage where she come down for a feed. Like, I had fruit for her every night. That night that he tried to get her, I didn't have any fruit in the house because we don't really eat fruit. And they eat fruit and insects. And I thought, well, I'm not out catching insects for you, baby. So I give her a bit of strawberry jam on a piece of bread, no butter or anything. And I thought, you know, if she wants, she'll lick the jam off the bread, which she did. She wasn't interested in the bread. I think she might have had a bit of a nibble, but she was more interested in strawberry jam. And then after that, she knew that you know, I was coming to feed her every night. So every night I'd go out after we'd have our tea, and I called her Poss, and I'd walk out, and it got to the stage I could stand on the front patio part, and I'd go, Poss, and this possum you'd hear her run through the roof to wherever she came out from. I don't know how she got in and out of the roof. And then she'd come over the roof and she'd climb onto the tree, because the tree was growing sort of from the front of the house, and there was a branch she could reach, and she'd climb onto that branch and come down to me, and we had a plank of wood going from the tree to our stair banister, and she'd come down and she'd sit there on the banister and she'd have her fruit, and I got to the stage where she would let me pat her, and then we noticed a little bulge in her front pocket, and she had a baby. And she was that quiet by that stage. She was letting me put my fingers in her pocket to have a little look at the baby. You know, as long as she had her banana or a strawberry or whatever fruit I was giving her at the time, she was quite happy to let me have a pat and a cuddle. And, you know, while I was chopping up her banana, if I took her nana out or something and I was slicing up her fruit, she'd come up and she'd be sniffing my face, and, you know, that was all good. She never tried to hurt me. You know, she'd snatch her food from me, but she never hurt. Like, she always watched fingers and things like that. Barry said to me when I used to start calling her name, Barry would go, "It's a bloody wild possum, she's not going to know her name." And then he was out there one night, and I'm like, "Pause," and Barry's like, "You're a bloody idiot, she doesn't know her name, she's a wild animal." And next thing, she comes running over the roof, and he goes, "Well, I'll be damned." I'm like, "I told you, she knows her name." That possum knew. So yeah, she was our little pet possum, but because I was feeding her, we started having other ones hanging around, and we had a lot of male possums started hanging around, and I think she just got sick of it and she ended up leaving. And yeah, so, because the male possum sort of, I noticed that she would, every now and then, she wouldn't be there, but the males would be there. And then, you know, if the males weren't there, she'd come out. But then it just got to a stage where you just didn't see her anymore. So I think the males had sort of taken over. We had about 4 possums coming in at one stage, and I'm just like, no, I'm not doing that. That's when they do start fighting and, you know, clawing your face off for food. I thought, I ain't about that. So I had to stop feeding them. I thought, I'm not doing that. So we never saw Poss again, but she was a beautiful little possum. Damn males, they ruin everything. No. No. But she was the best little possum. So yeah, I don't know, well, nothing else has really happened. I might make this, how long have I been going for? Oh, almost an hour. I thought it was only a short one. I thought, oh, well, I've only been talking for about 10 minutes. Nope. Well, I might let you guys go if you're still watching. Thank you. Thank you for still watching. Thank you to the ones that have subscribed. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate the ones that are watching my videos. I'm very pleasantly surprised, I guess, at how my videos are going. Considering I've only been doing this for a few weeks. So yeah, thank you everyone that's watching, and please continue to watch. Hit that like button. Yeah, so hopefully next week you'll get a few short little videos of the travels that we'll be doing out and about. I've got to go and pick up my car in about half an hour. I'll get some more of this done. Oh, I've got to go and fuel it up too. Ah, fun. Go and pay for that. Pay for the car to be freaking fixed. Well, not fixed, but serviced. So yes. Sorry if this whip and chat wasn't as lively as the rest. I'm just feeling a bit off today. So if you're still listening, thank you for listening to my little ramblings. And today, believe me, that's what it has been, is ramblings. I'll do another whip and chat, not this week, next week. I'll do one next week. I might even do a few. I might throw a few up. Get back into my videos. I'm hoping I will have another unboxing or two coming up. I've got, pick it up. I've got DAC coming in, and I've got DP with sparklers. I've got diamonds coming in. I think I mentioned that in my last video. I've got Instagram set up now for the Diamond Duchess, if anybody wants to duck over and have a look at that. I've started a what's it called? Not YouTube, Facebook. Started a Facebook page, but I'm thinking I might stop that and I'll make a group. So I'll let you know. I'm not too sure whether I want a group or not. Just the upkeep on the group just sometimes can be a little overwhelming, I think. So yeah, but my Instagram is just the Diamond Duchess. So go and check that out if you want. So yeah, is that it for that one? I think I'm done for that colour. That's it for that colour. For the rest of the paint, oh no, I've got a couple more over here, which is good because I'm getting low on this colour. I've probably dropped like over 100 drills and lost them. Like I said earlier, I'm forever spilling drills. You know, ladies, after, like, this is for the ladies. How many times do you go to get into the shower or get into bed overnight time and take your bra off and you're like, what's that bump? And it's like a diamond or two or three, or you feel diamonds just fall out your bra after you've been diamond painting. I do. Me. I do it all the time. Righto guys, I'm going to let you go. Oh God, I want to go for a sleep. Bed early tonight, I think. Righto, so hopefully by next week the plan will be I'll have this section done. I should have one more whip and chat before I finish the whole lot of this one, and then I will do a video on the end result of this one, with a video of what it looks like completed, close-ups of everything, how the drills went down. I had a few poppy drills. I don't know whether it was just like that one there. I don't know whether it was just the way I'm putting them down, because they're not straight. Like I said, I shake, and because I'm on antidepressant medication, and it gives me like slight shakes. So sometimes they do go down, like if you have a look here, there, can you see there? I don't even know. Where are we? Can you see that? They're crooked. But once... I'll leave that there. But once I get all the drills in around it, they sort of straighten. So yeah. I'll leave it there. We're at 1 hour completed now. Right now. So I'll leave it there. Once again, thank you for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that like button. I think that's it. Thanks for coming and joining my whip and chat, and I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.